The business end of the Rugby World Cup has arrived, and we kick off the quarterfinals with Six Nations rivals France against Italy. Kia ora, haere mai, bonjour and buongiorno. Welcome to Whangarei. The glorious north is bathed in sunshine. It's warm, but there is a big breeze from the west. What a magnificent part of Aotearoa this is. Te Tai Tokerau, Northland. If you haven't been up this way yet, put it on your bucket list. Absolutely lovely. Ocean Beach out on the Tutukaka coast is a must visit, as is, of course, the beautiful Bay of Islands a little further north from where we are here. And Waitangi, the founding place of the nation. Well, after 3 rounds of pool play, 12 teams have become 8 for the knockout rounds, a quarter-final, and a place in next weekend's semis up for grabs, and automatic qualification for the next Rugby World Cup. The winner of France and Italy will play either New Zealand or Wales, who face off later tonight here in Whangarei. On the other side of the draw, England play Australia in Auckland tomorrow and will meet either the USA or Canada in the final 4. Rupert Cox with you. I'm delighted to be joined by New Zealand World Cup winner Mel Robinson, who's standing by to remind us just how France made it through to the quarter-final stage.
France kicked off the Rugby World Cup with a slightly hot and cold, but in the end, big win over South Africa. Drouin combining with Vernier for a lovely kick-through chase try here. Next up was a typically tight battle with England. Emily Scarrett struck for the Roses first, but Drouin's kicking game featured again with a great chase and attack by wing Joanna Grise and support play by eventual try scorer Erlay. England won 13-7, but France get a bonus point. Le Bleu were then ruthless in their next match, winning 44-0 with 7 tries to make a big statement.
Yeah, so France through as automatic qualifiers to the last 8, finishing second in their pool behind England. Solid wins over both South Africa and Fiji. They really are the bridesmaids of the Rugby World Cup, the French. They finished 3rd in 6 of the previous 8 World Cups. They'd dearly like to better that at this tournament. Despite that loss to England, they're building well through the tournament. Conceded just 2 tries so far, but Mel, they've had to do a lot of tackling, a lot of work. How will they handle that?
Yeah, 143 tackles a match on average, but they do have the toughest defence to break. As you mentioned, the 2 tries conceding the least tries of any team. 2 key players are forming an unbreakable wall. Vernier at 12 and Philippon at centre. They are fantastic in the midfield.
Yeah, they've had a new coaching regime ahead of this World Cup as well in 2022. Let's now hear from their head coach, Thomas Darac.
Thomas, France have made the top 4 in the past 5 Rugby World Cups. How much pressure is on you and this team to continue that form?
Stay focused in our rugby, to keep going in the competition. Pressure is part of high level.
Now, you faced Italy 3 times before. How do you beat them?
Put a lot of pressure on our defense and let loose in attack.
Short but sweet. Go well out there.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yes, Thomas Darac will be hoping it's a sweet day for France. But what about Italy? Well, the Azzurri are the first men's or women's Italian side who have reached a Rugby World Cup quarter-final. They beat France recently in the World Cup warm-ups, so they've got good muscle memory from that. Let's take a look back at how they reached the last 8.
Well, Italy started their campaign with a solid 22-10 win over the USA. This try to winger Aura Musso, a typical wide attack, the Italians with 4 tries for the bonus point win. Next up, Canada, and a fantastic breakout run by winger Paige Farris cut Italy apart. 4 tries to 2, a 12-22 loss to the Canadians for Italy. Their final pool match was against Japan. The victory margin was close, Italy winning 21-8, but it was moments like this that the Italians are demonstrating their dangerous and entertaining X Factor in Rugby World Cup 2021.
Yes, that Latin flair has served the Azzurri well. They qualify as that best third-place finisher out of Pool B. The try bonus point win against the USA on opening weekend, really crucial to get them through to this stage. They're big improvers. They finished second in the Six Nations just a few years ago, and a strong finish to this year's tournament. Can Mel, the Azzurri, pull off an upset here?
Well, they have the X Factor, as I mentioned, in their backline. Rigoni and Solari, we always talking about the second five in centre, but in this tournament, it's Ustuni Manuzzi at fullback who has been breaking up the defence through her counter-attack, and then in the last match, Aura Musso, 3 line breaks, 6 tackle breaks, 120 metres. This young athlete is carving it up.
Yeah, she went to 50th cap. Her wing teammate Maria Magatti for the Azzurri today. Let's hear from their head coach now, Andrea Di Giandomenico.
Andrea, it is a must-win game, and you haven't been able to select 2 of your star players in Gita Franco and Sara Tunezi. How much more difficult has that made your job?
I don't think so, because we trust in all roster. We know maybe we lose ball carrier, but maybe we can win more speed in the general movement. So we know maybe in line out we can have with this Isabella opportunity more. So I think the team is all team in a big tournament. It's normal in the journey of tournament. You lose a player, but you have back player like Lucia Gai, number 3. So it's natural. It's life. We are really confident with the squad.
We look forward to seeing them in action. Go well.
Yeah, thank you.
A positive sounding Andrea Di Giandomenico. It's Italy without a couple of players for this one. France too. Laura Sansus, of course, out with a knee injury for the tournament. Romain Ménager still unavailable. Thomas Durac has made 8 changes, 1 positional to his starting 15. Hooker Agaf-Sochar plays her 40th Test match for France today. Second row, Celine Ferrer was captain against England and South Africa. Marisu Fall has scored 2 tries against Italy this year. Gail O'May back in as skipper. Still no Romain Ménager, so Escudero plays 8. Marjorie Mayans on the open side.
Caroline Drouin moves back into 10, combining with Bordeaux. And outside her, the combination of Vernier and Philippon are 2 of the best defenders, as we have already mentioned. And of course, Joanna Grisey wins back the number 14 jersey. The other wing and fullback retain their spots from last weekend.
Good experience too on the French bench. Their most capped player of all time, Safi Ndiaye, waiting in the wings. Well, Italy have had a disruptive build-up, as we mentioned. Locke, Sara Tunzi banned for 12 weeks. And one of their best, Giada Franco, also unavailable. So 4 changes to the starting lineup for the Azzurri. Tight head prop Lucia Gai returns for the first time since opening weekend alongside Tarani and Bottoni in the front row. Valeria Federighi replaces the suspended Tunzi at lock to team up with Giorda Duca. Giada Franco is out with concussion, so Isabella Locatelli wears 7 alongside Scorabini and the captain, Giordano.
Well, Sophia Stefan gives fast service and is a change from last week at halfback. The rest of the back line have started all 4 matches at the Rugby World Cup. Standouts, of course, Solari at centre and, of course, fullback. Ustuni Manuzzi, as we've already mentioned, not a player France will want to kick the ball to.
And on the bench, long-time captain Manuela Forlan, who suffered a bad knee injury against France less than 2 months ago, could complete a remarkable return from the bench today.
Okay, so Italy are team B, so you'll call, so it'll be heads or tails, okay? Head. It's tails.
We choose to kick off.
Kick off?
Yeah,
Okay,
please.
which side would you like?
The left.
Left? Okay, so France kicking?
Yeah.
From right to left.
Okay.
Okay, go out. Thank you very much.
I'll just grab a quick photo.
Oh, yes, sorry.
That's all good.
The welcome to Iwi is complete, and here they come. Italy playing in their white shirts on the left of screen. They know each other so well, these two sides. It's the fourth time they've played in 2022 alone. Italy behind on the head-to-head overall, but they did beat France in the warm-ups for this tournament.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the field, France and Italy!
And Maria Magatti, on the occasion of her 50th Test match, leads out Italy onto the Northland Event Centre here in Whangarei. A very proud moment for her. She's in form as well, Mel. 2 tries in the last 3 games.
Well, all of their back three are in form, no doubt about that. Interesting too that they have the wind at their back, Italy, which means they should use it to try and get territory with chasers like Magatti getting up and putting pressure on France.
Yeah, France won the toss. They will kick off. They will be playing into the wind in this first half here. Rugby World Cup quarterfinals. Time for the anthems. Plenty of French support in the house. We will start with La Marseillaise.
Ladies and gentlemen, could you please be upstanding if you are able and join us in the singing of the national anthems of France and Italy.
A stirring rendition of both anthems here in Whangarei. Plenty of rugby supporters in the house already ahead of the Black Ferns who play tonight. But kickoff is just 2 minutes away. Okay, let's head sideline now. where Natalie Unides is standing by. Nat, that breeze is up again, but it's coming from a different direction today.
Yeah, that's right, Rupert. We've got a really strong westerly this week. We've been used to having the wind go from left to right here in Whangarei over the last 3 weeks. France have been here for the past 2 weeks. They didn't have to contend with anything like this in their last 2 matches, though, because they have been playing later in the day and it hasn't been as windy. So it's going to be interesting to see exactly how that affects their kicking game, if at all.
Yeah, Mel, and they've chosen to go into the wind first half, winning the toss and kicking into it. What's the strategy there, you think, from France?
Well, they're probably looking at Ostuni Manuzzi. They know she is a runner with the ball in hand, so they'd anticipate that Italy will counter-attack with the ball. If so, that gives France some advantage when it comes to chasing up on D, hitting them behind as hard as they can. And then, in the second half, you know that they'll be themselves kicking it long.
Yeah, these players have been thinking about this all week. A chance not only to make the semi-finals, but also qualify for the next Rugby World Cup in England in 2025. Vast experience in this French team as we await kickoff here in Whangarei. Holly Davidson from Scotland, your referee, her 25th Test match all time. She was a former scrum half in a day, played for Scotland under 20s. Very experienced referee. She will not take any nonsense. Ben Whitehouse, the TMO. The Rugby World Cup quarterfinals are underway. A place in the final 4 up for grabs. France in blue, Italy in their changed white shirts. Six Nations rivals. They know each other so well. An early carry from Silvia Turani for Italy. Big defence coming on, the number 8, the captain, Elisa Giordano. That pass just in front of Maria Magatti.
You can see the intent, though. Lovely hit up from Turani. She is a big ball carrier for Italy. Plenty of power.
Line-out's been impressive. 6 of their 11 tries, France, have come from this part of the game. They go to Marjorie Mayans at the back, do France.
Backwards once.
And they do like a line-out drive. Auguste Sochart has it in control. There's Pauline Bourdon, a scrum half arriving. Sochart still has it. This blue train still driving forward for the French.
She's through the middle.
Eating up the meters here in Whangarei.
She's through
Mata
the middle.
Soufal has it now, but it's been stripped away really well. Good work from Francesca Scorabini for Italy. Here's Rigoni. All the Latin flair of the Italian inside centre. She needs to be watched this afternoon by this French defence, which has been impressive. Almost 150 tackles they made in each game, France. And here's a first look at that breeze. Yeah, it's gone high over the head of Joanna Grisey. Look at that. Almost down to the French 22. Here's the fullback, Emily Boulard. Long, lanky, fast. And she's through a gap already, Boulard. She's got support with her. The offload to Joanna Grisey. And France, on the counter-attack, have broken this one right open.
Wow, what a start to this quarter-final for France. And that pretty much was the perfect counter-attack from a kick from this young woman, Boulard, who shows why she selected at fullback. And a beautiful, lovely little pass. The support play from Grisey right on her shoulder. Just have a look here. She had her hands with the ball, two hands. It means that the defence doesn't know if she's going to pass or keep it. She ends up giving it away because she knows that Grisey has got open space right in front of her. Brilliant.
Grisane, just her third test match, her second try. Shot to prominence in the sevens team back at the World Cup in Cape Town about a month ago. What a counter-attack from France. The extra 2 from Drouin. France lead Italy 7 points to 0.
There you go. That's why they selected going into the wind, because they've decided they've got it out in the backs and they're going to give it a go every time they get that ball.
And that will concern Italy, won't it? You would have thought with the breeze behind them, they're going to kick a lot. They got good distance on it, but you've got to back it up with the chase. And there's a change already for Italy. Sara Sayer is out there in the 18 shirt. Lucia Guy, who's the starting tight head, has gone off. It's a blood replacement, we understand. And that's been overcooked off the restart as well. Rigoni just put a little bit too much on it.
Yeah.
Those little moments, of course, you've got to be accurate in finals rugby, particularly from kickoff, which is a great opportunity to get the ball nice and high, chase up, put some pressure.
Italy's first ever quarterfinal at a Rugby World Cup, men or women's. France, 6 times bronze medalist at this event out of the 8 World Cups they've been to. Scrum right on halfway. Bourdon feeds it. She's got Drouin right behind her. Here she is, and they switch play now to Boulard, the fullback, already influential. That left boot angled across, and she's found good touch as well. Been a good start from the French fullback.
A perfect start. In fact, she is looking absolute class. At this point, she can run, she can kick, she can do anything so far.
Yeah, plays between wing and fullback. Started in the 15 shirt against Ireland and Scotland, the Six Nations, so very accustomed to playing in that position.
Lucia Guy's just gone to get some stitches on a cut, so hopefully she'll be back very shortly.
Attacking lineup for France, brought down by Céline Ferrer, who captained France in the opening couple of games of the tournament. Well, Hermé was making her way back. The usual captain, Solskjaer, has it. She's been scragged and hauled into this breakdown. Madasou Fall arrives. Here's Bourdon. They play now to Gabrielle Vernier. Madasou Fall again. She does a lot of ball carrying for France. She's just lost that in contact. That was good work again from Isabella Locatelli. And these Italian loose forwards are going to have to really step up with the likes of Giada Franco unavailable.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, everything Italy did there was fantastic in way of defending that line out, being really patient, and then that fantastic hit in defence and attacking the ball, which made it spill out. Excellent from Italy.
Thomas Darac, yeah, right in shot there, assisted by David Ortiz and Gail Mignot, former long-term captain of the French team, who's part of their coaching group here in New Zealand. Defensive scrum for Italy. Power comes on from France. Giordano, the skipper, did well. Rigoni will kick, but that's a good net gain for France. They'll have another attack to the line out here.
Yeah, France, the entire pack, all 8, they put the push on together, put pressure on that Italian scrum, but as you mentioned, the number 8, Giordano, made the decision to get it out.
Solskjaer throws to Ferrer once more. That combination working well. And here they go again. Good momentum already. 10 metres out.
Okay.
And Solskjaer goes off the base to Vernier. Good tackle on her from opposite number. Beatrice Rigoni for Italy. Escudero now. Bourdon. Marjorie Mayons, who won her 50th cap for France against Italy earlier in the tournament. Here's Drouin, hot stepping, former 7s player in the 10 shirt for France these days and 15s. Escudero once more. No Romain Manager available after the head knock she picked up against England earlier in the tournament. Might see her if they reach a semi-final. Out the back from Ferrer to Drouin. Here's Boulard again. Stands in the tackle, gives it to Philopon.
Okay, you're not going anywhere. Back. Yep, 18. Collapse.
All the way back to what is ruled a collapsed maul from that line out.
So difficult to defend, isn't it, when they get momentum like that? It's almost an inevitable penalty once they get ahead of steam up.
Interesting though, just watching the rolling maul, the hooker for France, Sauchat, she seems to have detached at the back of the maul a couple of times, and if I was the captain Giordano from Italy, I'd just start talking about that to the referee just to alert her.
Interesting here, they've gone for the scrum here, France, set platform. They've got Joanna Grisset already with a try in the match over here on the near side. Boulard awaits as well in 15.
Bind. Set.
Free kick to Italy. Early shove from France on their own ball.
Loving the scrum battle so far between these two teams. France got one up in the last, then Italy hit back. So much experience in those front rows for a start, and they know each other so well.
It's been all France at the moment. Territory in possession heavily in their favour. It's just under 10 minutes gone. Italy just trying to get a foothold in the game. They've got this big breeze to their back, but they're going to have to do some more defending here. Sauchat goes long this time. The captain, Aramay, with a big right hand. Here's Madassou Fall, big 6'2", second row. Madassou Fall from the Stade Bordelais club in France. Sauchat, short ball to Ferrer. Change of direction from Bourdon. Drouin, Escudero. Philopon just flings that scoop style with the right hand, but that's gone over the sideline. So good defence from Italy. Now they get the throw to the line-out.
Great defence. Every time France go wider with their ball when they're attacking, they get hit behind the advantage line, or in this case, they make a mistake because that Italian defence is getting right up. So far, they've been better when they're doing the one-off hits with their forwards setting them up.
Won by Federighi. Maria Rigoni. Heavy tackle on her. Coming in to help out. Aura Muzzo. Back to Rigoni. She kicks again high. Breeze takes it. Boulard's underneath it once more. Dangerous, as we've already seen, to the try scorer, Grisset. Holding on to her is Ostuni Minuzzi, and she's done well to put her over the sideline.
Well, not too much of a gain from that rather high kick there from Rigoni.
Thank you.
Probably needed to either be just slightly deeper and also needed the chasers coming harder. Boulard handling the high ball kick receipt very well so far.
Really nice crowd building here in Whangarei. A lot of support, particularly for the French. Lots of French flags out there. You can hear them. They're vocal. They're proud. The community has really gotten around this tournament.
Yeah, the tricolores are flying for both nations here in Whangarei this afternoon. Rigoni, nice quick hands to her captain, Elisa Giordano. Maria. There's Solari. The 74th test match, the outside centre for Italy this afternoon. Back in the pocket to Rigoni, doing all the kicking at the moment for Italy. That's straight to Boulard, however. She can return it with a little bit of interest. Well taken by Solari. Back to Rigoni. This will be more of a high ball kick chase, but Drouin reads it really nicely for France. Good quick ball for Bourdon. She sees a little bit of space in behind. It'll sit up for Muzzo, but it's bounced away from Italy. Into French hands. That's Marjorie Mayons. Like all good open side, getting there quickly. And they'll just break down as the ball goes behind Vernier.
If you're in the back three or chasing back a kick like this, You've got to be able to attack the ball, not let it bounce, because otherwise something like that will happen.
Melissa Bertoni. Throw to the line out, and they win it at the front through Giordana Duca. Experienced side up front, especially this Italian team. Although France might have smuggled this one away. Yeah, they're going to get the scrum feed.
I'm not sure how DA got through to the side of that rolling maul and managed to disrupt.
But I need you also to give them the reserve. Yeah? Thank you. Okay, girls.
She did a very good job, didn't she, for her team?
Lucia Guy getting patched up on the sideline. She's a farmer
Well, wait again.
by profession.
Thank you. She went and got some stitches down in the rooms. She has sprinted around the sideline to get back ready to rejoin this match.
Well, she's missed a couple of games at the tournament. It's good to see her back. Haven't seen her since opening weekend.
Crouch! Bind! Set! Come.
So amazing to see what France do from this
your
attacking
feet.
position.
Go
They
pull
kick
in.
the ball a lot at the tournament, but also joint most for offloads in this year's Six Nations, and they can play a couple of different ways, this French team. They do have a plan A and plan B, and there's been quite a lot of chat about that at this World Cup, with the likes of England just seeming to be using one plan up until now at least.
Yeah, they might be using one plan, but they have so many different tools that they're employing out there, that's for sure.
They'll of course be playing Australia down in Auckland tomorrow. Drua with room to move, and coming off her wing is Joanna Grisek. Made her debut at this tournament. What a start she's made to this game as well. Escudero with the short ball to a fellow back rower, Marjorie Mayence. Carried on up to the 22. Baudon to foul. Really does put the foot on the gas as she runs into contact. Escudero once more has really stepped up to the plate in the absence of Romain Ménager. Switch of play from Baudon. Drouin thinks about kicking, decides to give it to Boulard. So dangerous, the French fullback. Escudero again. Good line speed from Italy this time. Holding on was Seyer, the replacement tight head. Ferrer now for France. And they lose their feet at the breakdown, and that's a straight arm penalty to Italy. They can breathe with some relief there.
It's interesting, sometimes you'll see referees allow people protecting the ball when a team is attacking and going off their feet, but that one right in front of the referee, diving in. And of course we had a couple of Italian defenders there, you can see right there, ready to reach over and contest that ball.
Lucia Guy is coming back onto the field. Just a little bit of a delay. She had too much blood on her jersey after copying a bit of a cut to the head. She's gone and gotten stitches. Okay. She's been patched up and she's ready to come back on to help her side in this first half.
Yeah, the GPS system going in the little pocket at the top of the shirt as well, so the S&C team can watch her every move while she's out there. All patched up, ready to go again, Lucia Guy.
She's probably experienced worse on a farm for sure, so this will be nothing.
She likes the tough stuff too, Lucia Guy. She was the second top tackler in the Six Nations earlier this year.
Yeah, blood, but because it's their penalty, no water.
She made 81 of them across 5 games. But another defensive line out for Italy, just outside their 22. Well taken by Duca, but not straight. Well, the breeze is actually blowing right to left, but they've just perhaps overcompensated for that. And that's a give back for France.
Before this line out working absolutely brilliantly for Italy. Interesting stat though. Territory, France has had 95%, which is huge considering the wind that Italy have behind them back.
Solskjaer again, not taken by Hermé. And here is Guy, straight into the action, having been patched up on the bench. Maria. That's Giordano, the only Italy forward to have played every minute this World Cup. Quick hands from Urigoni to Salari. Heavy tackle coming in from Madasu Fall. Urigoni still down in back play for Italy. Maria will kick inside her own 22. And here's Boulard. We've seen how dangerous she can be already on the counter. Gives it to a scrum half, Baudon. Fall again. Baudon's got herself up off the deck and arrived at this breakdown. Seems to be setting up for a box kick. Yes, she is. It'll be Vernier on the chase. And Solskjaer, the hooker, gets there and puts Sofia Stefan, the Italian scrum half, on the floor. Italy just being penned down here in their own territory. Urigoni's got herself off the field after that knock, and she kicks it down the middle of the field. Drouin and now Marine Ménager. Twin sister of Roman, the number 8, has been unavailable with that concussion for the last couple of games. Inside on the cut is Philopont. It is the big loosehead DI. Fall again at pace, punching holes, but it's been stripped well by Italy. Can they catch France on the counter-attack? No, it's been spilt by Ostuni Manuzzi. We'll go back for the infringement.
Oh, there was an opportunity right there, wasn't there? Fantastic hit-ups. Oh, look at that. The ball ripped and the tackle, maybe even from the ground. But there it is, the forward pass, and then knocked on. Referee takes the first knock on for France, so.
Yeah, you get the feeling that Italy are going to have to take their chances in this game if they're going to have success. It's hot here. Mid-20s in Whangarei this afternoon. Warm wind blowing in from the west. We have drinks break on about quarter time in these matches. So far, so good for France. Playing into the wind, 7-0 up. You'd imagine head coach Thomas Durack would take that at this stage.
Oh, look, this is brilliant. They've played it well. They've backed themselves. Their positional play for the kick receipt has been outstanding. If it's not Boulard, then Drouin, she's the one that gets back there. Always have that pendulum working with their two other wingers, working in unison at the back. It is brilliant, I have to say.
Yeah, they were queuing up outside. The fans, plenty of French and Italians here in Northland to see this game. Good support for both teams. Of course, a double header here. We've got New Zealand, Wales coming up tonight. This place will be rocking for that, but great atmosphere already.
There's a pair of older gentlemen sitting behind me. They're in the front row. They have been here for every single game that France have played at this World Cup in Whangarei. They've got their French flags, they've got their berets, and they've really been getting behind this team, as has the community.
So what's happened here in that tackle of Fall? You can see one of the tacklers there on the right-hand side playing the ball when they're on the ground. So Hawkeye has seen that play, gone back and given France the penalty.
Hawkeye indeed. Drouin. To add an extra 3 for France. No, just holds up into this breeze, and Salari can kick it away. Spiral. Nice and deep for Italy. So, get away with it. To Italy with the kick after Hawkeye intervened, and the penalty came for France. They look to try and make a rare foray with the ball in hand, but they decide to kick in the direction of Grisey. Grisey gets away from one. Good tackle on her from Lucia Guy. Drouin. Escudero again. Put on the floor by Silvia Turani. Good quick ball, though, on the reload for Baudon to Philopont, who's been excellent, the French outside centre at this tournament. just as I say that, they lose their feet at the breakdown, France. Second time in the match that's happened. Penalty, Italy.
And also great speed, line speed on defence from Italy, particularly from Solari there pushing up. France just making a few more errors. They've had a lot more possession, a lot more territory. Let's have a look here. Yeah, the supporting players again straight off their feet.
And clever too from Isabella Locatelli, just stepping away from the breakdown right at the last minute. French players falling on the other side, automatic penalty. Bit of a rope-a-dope at the breakdown from the Azzurri. And they've got some field position, finally. And it's well held by Federighi. Maria is ball playing, fly half for Italy. Scooped up by Solari. Stefan, the scrum half, wants it quick, she gets it. Maria again. Rigoni. Another good ball player in this Italian back line. Good counter-ruck, though, from Erme for France. Italy maintain possession. Here's Duca. Stefan to Maria again. To the hooker, Bettoni. That's gone forward, though, in contact. So positive signs from Italy, going through the phases, but just coming up with the error was Sofia Stefan.
Yeah, lovely work from Madia. And massive defence too from France, outside in there from Drouin. And of course, we've had Philippon getting involved. A huge number of tackles already in this match. We always knew that the French defence was good, and it's just another couple of examples of how good.
51 tackles for Italy. France have carried the ball 32 times already for over 150 metres. They've had most of the possession in this game.
Bind!
But they'll be looking for an exit play here.
Set!
Will France scrum just outside their own 22. Wheeled around by Italy, and France is just going to keep rolling. They've got the penalty advantage. Boulard. High kick straight to Ostuni Manuzzi. Will go back for the penalty. Scrum time. An area of concern for Italy at the moment. Another decision going against them.
Scrum time often comes down to concentration, going through your process every time you get there, making sure everyone is in the right position, everybody hits at the right time. Ooh.
Drouin, yeah, into the wind. You can see how strong it is. She didn't take any chances there.
The Italian bench enjoyed that one. I think one of the teammates got a bit of a ball to the knee.
Yeah, so Solskjaer right in front of the Italian bench will throw to this line out. Solskjaer, she and her wife Adele had a baby girl, Nina, in March earlier this year. We saw Nina on the field after the game against England. That one hasn't gone straight, though, from Solskjaer.
We've seen some game plans from both these teams. France obviously using some of their big flankers to hit it up. Some of their smaller numbers, runners off the ruck, and of course a fantastic counter ruck. Italy, meanwhile, are trying to also run the ball up through their forwards and then kicking it down, but they're not quite getting the distance on their kicks that they would quite like. Instead, kicking it straight to one of the back three, and particularly Boulard.
I agree. No stepping up. I'm okay with what she's doing.
Referee Holly Davison. Just a couple of words to both teams. It's a settled scrum here, and so do Italy. Just need a good platform here to try and spark this very talented backline they have into action.
Bind! Set!
Stefan feeds it. It's at the feet of Giordano. That is a good platform for Italy, and here comes Aldo Muzzo. 2 tries versus the USA in the opening weekend, carried now from Scorbini. They go the same way. Maria cuts out Rigoni. The fullbacks into the line, Ostuni Manuzzi. And a penalty this time for holding on against Italy.
Well, that all came down to a pass that went to no one. Just a bit of panic there from Adia. Just slow it down, keep it simple. They are running a couple of backline plays that involves going wide. Yeah, see that they're just not accurate enough. And of course, that means the French defence can push up. They're behind their gain line. It's very difficult for the forwards to get back and try and help recycle that ball.
As we've mentioned, they do kick for field position. Joint most kick meters of any team at the Rugby World Cup. France taken by Escudero at the front. Drouin, Philopon, Vernier. Ménager's come off a left wing for Boulard now.
No, wait, no.
Zuka's told to let go. Marjorie Mayence. Good tackle on her from Mutso. Joyeux, yeah, she's just got herself behind the ball runner there. Got themselves offside, obstruction. Bit of miscommunication from the French this time.
Yep, captain of France, Hermé, will probably have a bit of a word there to her prop and say, look, just run it straight. Don't worry about going wide. Keep it nice and close. You're powerful. Be more direct.
Until we find touch into the French half again. 26 minutes gone, but a damage limitation at the moment from Italy. They conceded that early try just on 2 minutes from the French on the counter-attack, but they've just got their foot in the door here now. They've just found their way into the game.
While they have made history going into the quarterfinals, they haven't spoken about being history makers this week. They just want to seize the challenge and just show everyone back home what they can do.
Yeah, first time at a quarterfinal, men or women, the Azzurri of Italy. Federighi from Toulouse with the carry. Here's Lucia Guy from the Padova club in the north of Italy, where most of these players are from. Some of them do play in the elite division in France, such as Federighi. Ball's loose though, and it's been latched onto by Marasu Fall, and here comes Mayence. Long pass out to Philopon. Ménager now trying to get down the outside of Magatti. Ostuni Manuzzi comes in to help, being flung back indoors to Marjorie Mayence.
No, not now. Thank you.
You just get the feeling France have got some attacking edge about them today. Looking very dangerous with the ball in hand. Joyeux there, that's tight head. Drouin out the back to Vernier. Boulard, flat ball, was it forward? Yes, it was, to Joanna Grisset.
Well, I think Boulard has been giving some line balls all day, to be honest. And that one was quite obviously forward to Grisset. Loving Drouin as well as her control of this match. She's playing, but look at that. That angle was around about, trying to work it out.
Well, it's pretty much right in front of us where we're sitting here, Mel, and we'd be surprised if it hadn't been called, but they just seem to be getting the ball into her hands very often, France. They clearly see her as a real attacking threat, Emily Boulard, and why not with the brilliant try she set up to start this game.
Crouch! Bind!
1, 3 engaged. 1, 3 engaged.
Oh, that Tirani was trying to get the hit on first, and she pre-anticipated it. Went a little bit too quick. Referees right there saw it.
You seen the same picture, Amber?
The option for the scrum, because France know they're dominating here.
She plays for the Exeter Chiefs club in England.
She's holding her shape.
Sylvia
and for me,
Sorani
she is, and you're going into that space.
plays alongside Hope Rogers of the USA. Plenty of international players playing the Premier 15s competition in England right now.
Crouch! Bind! Set!
Another good contest between Joyeux and Tirani on this near side of the scrum. Boulard again into the line. Drouin again. France just getting a really quick ball. Joanna Griset's looming over on a opposite wing. Vernier puts the head down under the attentions of Francesca Scorbini. Sochat. Philippon, plenty of touches with the French centre and that tricolour headgear.
Okay, now let it
carried on. Inside the final 10 minutes of this first half, just the one converted try to France so far. Griset trying to get away from Mardia. Vernier with the pick and go around the base. Escudero likewise. That scrum half is Sochat. She's played that position in 15s. But converted back the French hooker, but it's been ripped away by Saladi and France. Italy rather, they have the ball back. That's loose, that's anybody's. Bourdon's onto it. No, it will be a penalty against the French. Losing their feet at the breakdown as the call once more.
Even though Italy had this penalty, France are absolutely dominating. Their pack is providing lovely go-forward ball. Drouin controlling the game beautifully. She's the reason that Boulard is getting that ball in space, and of course their defence as well. Look at that. Conceding the least points of any team during pool phase. That says it all, and certainly they kept that game against England very close as well. England only scored one try, and that's one of the best attacking teams in the competition.
France made almost 250 tackles in that game. Wayne Smith, the New Zealand head coach, was asked about it in a press conference. He said he couldn't believe it, the amount of tackles that France made in that game to keep the highest ranked team in the world to just one try. That was to Emily Scarrett. Extraordinary defensive performance, and that's why they're a team to be reckoned with here. They do have the complete game, France. But don't forget Italy. They have beaten France this year in 2022. All those carry meters for the French, just the 7 points to show for it. Do you think maybe Thomas Durac would have been hoping for a bit more bounce from his buck so far in this game?
Look, absolutely. I think with 63% possession, that much ball, 75% territory, and 2.5 minutes in the opposition 22, you would ask your team for more points as reward from that domination. But still 7 points, better than nothing.
Second half, you might think that the lady just in shot there, Caroline Drouin, could really come into her own as well with the win behind her. Has a big kicking game, the French fly half.
She certainly does. Hasn't kicked it too often so far for obvious reasons, but absolutely. She's an X-factor player. Huge kick, good pass, and can run.
So Italy still looking for their first points in this quarter-final. It's been stolen at the front by Ferrer for France. Here's her second row partner, Mara Soufal. Really good steal at line-out time. Bourdon kicks high. Griset on the chase. Italy let it bounce. That's dangerous. But it's been hacked on here by Nadia. But there was a knock on there. Fortunate for the French, perhaps. Yeah. Almost an opportunity.
Be interesting to know how conditions affected the Italians' player inability to identify who was going to take that ball. It looked like, you know, the sun came out. Very difficult to collect one of those very high kicks.
Okay. Mark, left.
Yeah, France running into the sun here. And there's an indication of the strong westerly blowing straight down the ground here at Okada Park in Whangarei. Kind of strange, really. We were here last week. It was going completely the opposite direction.
Bind!
But always windy here, it seems.
Set!
Powerful scrum from France, looking for another penalty. Yeah, they've got the advantage. Bourdon, Griset, offloads to Drouin, hurdles over the would-be tackler. The French first 5-8 into the Italian 22. Bourdon to Mayons. Good tackle on her from Rigoni. Vernier off the deck to Diaz.
Yes, advantage, knock on in the tackle.
Advantage coming France's way here. They will go back for a scrum unless they can make something of this. A switchblade to Drouin. What a break that was from her. Shovels it. Now Grisey from Vernier. Just a third test match, Grisey. Looks right at home, but advantage over.
No.
And
She hasn't
Italy
pulled anyone out.
win the steal on the floor. I think it was Aura Muzzo, the winger, who got involved.
Well, this is one area Italy have dominated in. They stay on their feet, they keep their balance, they attack the ball.
Didn't find touch, Boulard. You mentioned turnovers, 17 breakdown turnovers for Italy coming into this game. Drouin has it.
Hold
Little
side.
chip off the outside of the boot to Magatti in a 50th test match. Nice offload to Celati. She kicks it ahead. It's a foot race. It'll beat everyone. No, it stays just in field. No, it does go over the sideline. That was danger signs for France. Ostuni Munuzzi was herring down on that one.
That lights up the Italian fans. You could hear the cheers. Finally, a kick goes the distance. Puts the pressure on France. The Italians have a great defensive line out. They have won plenty of ball off the opposition throw-in. Well,
That's theirs.
The Italian bench were on their feet following that kick towards the sideline. They were just willing their teammate there. Wasn't to be, but they've got an amazing opportunity here in the corner.
Sure do. 5 metres out, the line out for Italy. And they brought it down. Duca, but it's not straight again. And the frustration from Melissa Bertoni. Of all the times not to get your darts on target. Missed opportunity, Italy.
let's have another look. Jump goes up around 4. It was a simple throw-in. That's why she's disappointed with herself. Bertoni.
Vice captain of this team. 76th test match. Melissa Bertoni, huge experience. Let off for France.
Bind.
Sophia Stefan clapping her hands, trying to re-energise the team here. And then a free kick to France, just to
Early.
add insult to injury for Italy.
One with stability, one early.
Early again from Tarani. Simple stuff, disciplined.
It's been a problem for them. They've averaged the 3rd most penalties at the tournament. Italy, of course,
On the line.
without one of their players through suspension for the rest of the tournament as well. Still got a line out here on the 22 of France. Just about bring that one down safely. Stefan to Duca. Nadia. Rigoni thinks about giving it to Magatti, who's coming around the corner, holds on. Heavy double tackle from Fal and DI for France.
Counter-ruck is good.
You hear the referee, nothing wrong with the
Advantage.
blitz of that breakdown from France. They do have an advantage though here, Italy. Ball's on the floor. Lucia Guy makes sure they hold on to it. Duca again.
9, you have advantage.
Still an advantage for Italy. Sophia Stefan kicks that straight to Boulard, so we'll come back.
That was actually a good option to kick over, but needed to tell the rest of her team
Number 5.
that was the move she was going to make, and then they would have got the chase on, and there was a good number of Italian players to the right there, and no one at the back for France.
Interesting option here. They're going to take it. They've got one of the best kickers in the business, Michaela Celati. She surpassed Michaela Tondinelli as all-time leading point scorer in a World Cup last week. So she will aim at post here.
Well, distance certainly won't be a problem. She will be kicking with the wind with this one.
Michela Celari for Italy. Sends it through the uprights, and the Azzurri are on the board. 7-3 France inside the final 2 minutes of this first half.
They'd be happy with only a 4-point deficit considering the dominance of France. And the line out not working as well as they want. Let's see what France can come back with here.
Drouin gets us back underway on the chase. For France was Céline Ferrer, almost got there. Italy hold on to possession. Approaching the final minute here. Sofia Stefan back to Rigoni. Decides to kick it downtown to Boulard. Drouin's back for France as well. Gives it back to Emily Boulard. Brilliant try assist in this game already for the French fullback, but not much to speak about in terms of points since then. Nothing at all, in fact. But here's Drouin. She tries to offload it around the back of the tackler.
Use it.
Anna LDI scored a try v Italy in that World Cup warm-up game in Nice, building up to this tournament. The French loosehead. And as we've seen many times in this game so far, Pauline Bourdon is going to work the box kick. Magatti's underneath it for Italy.
Time off. Time off.
Marjorie Mayons just apologising there to
Ben.
Maria Magatti.
The ankles now.
Yeah, thanks. I want to check head contact by 7 blue.
Tell me when you're at the screen, Hall.
Yep, we're there.
Okay, we'll play the best angles we've got for you coming up now.
Thanks.
Coming up now, Hall.
Okay.
Here's the angle you want to look at. Just taking a look at the head contact there by the shoulder of Mayans on Magatti.
Okay, Ben. I do see head contact. However, I see a significant drop by White, plus a secondary tackler. Blue is bent at the hips looking to make a legal collision. And if it wasn't for the fall, there would be no head contact. Are you seeing the same thing?
I am seeing exactly the same thing. The player is bent at the hips, bent at the knees at almost 90 degrees, so I totally agree with you.
So for me, I'm actually at no foul play.
Yes.
And it's going to be a White scrum to restart.
Yeah, there's nothing the 7 could do.
Okay.
Well, that's refreshing because great tackle technique from Marjorie Mayans has been rewarded here. She went in exactly right, 90-degree angle.
The White player is dropping significantly and 7 is legal. So we're going to restart with a scrum White.
Yeah, so good news for France and excellent work from Holly Davison and Ben Whitehouse,
11,
the television match
dropped
official.
Significantly. And the blue player is bent at the hips, looking to make a legal tackle. So no foul play, scrum White. But you drop significantly from the second tackler.
And when you look at it, you know, it did slightly get the draw, but she was coming right down. She certainly wasn't at that position initially.
Well, there are things called rugby incidents, aren't there? And sometimes as a tackler, you try and go low, and just through a player falling, and that's what they call mitigation. That's what it's all about. But in this case, no need for any mitigation, no foul play at all. We restart play with a scrum. Feels like the right call.
Crouch! Bind! Set!
Sofia Stefan wants to get this one away quickly. Under pressure, the Italian scrum. Mardia loves to run at the line, and Drouin, though, puts her on the floor. And they get the penalty, France. Just got a little isolated, the Italian fly half. They were in there like hyenas. The French on the floor there to win that steal.
Yeah, the Italian support play to get there for that break just wasn't available to support Mardia. Let's have a look. Beautiful defence there by Drouin. And you can just see there, it was Escudero who was over the ball.
Well, how good's she been in the absence of Romain Manager? Charlotte Escudero, just a 5th test match today, 21 years of age. She has stepped up big time for France at this tournament. Big turnover for Les Bleus. And can they pick up more points before the break? They dearly love to, having played into the wind in this first half. Vernier, Gabriel Vernier bursting through the Italian defensive line. There's the offload as well. Drouin has it now for France. Bourdon, Escudero, there she is, the number 8. Advantage France as well. Aramé, the captain. Bourdon decides to change direction, gives it to big Céline Ferrer. Big second rower from Toulouse. Drouin's in the pocket, maybe a drop goal's on here for France. Here's Anaël Diaye.
Leave it now.
Madassou Fall now. Clock's in the red, we play on. Diaye once more, offloads the ball to Philippon. Luca Sochard there, she wants reinforcements. They're going to pick and go here, France. The big heavy forwards up front taking the responsibility. Fall again. They've got plenty of X factor out wide as well, remember.
Advantage offside.
There's the decision. They were perhaps trying to milk France. They've got the advantage. Drouin has it though. Chip through for Vernier. Muzzo puts it down for Italy, but
11.
we will go back.
11.
And there's going to be a yellow card here for Italy as well. Maria Magatti.
She's on the ground when she's made a tackle.
There you go, there's the explanation. She was on the floor, you're out of the game.
You must be on your feet.
Wow, that could be significant when we come back for the second half. With Italy down to 14 players. One of them a winger, which means no cover on that left-hand side for any long kicks that France put through. The French, of course, with the opportunity here to get another 3 on the board.
Well, not the way that Maria Magatti wanted to celebrate a 50th test match for Italy. With a yellow card, clock was way into the red. Over 2 minutes of added time, and France, quite expertly there, have just held on to possession, milked the penalty, and Italy are down to 14. Caroline Drouin. Nice smooth stroke of the ball. Reaffirms France's 7-point lead here, and that is the halftime whistle. It is France who will go to drinks with the advantage. They lead Italy at halftime in the quarterfinal here in Whangarei by 10 points to 3. So all that good work, Mel, from Italy to get on the board, get field position, get some territory, just undone right before the break there.
Absolutely, discipline is key in finals matches, which this is, of course, and both of these teams, they know each other, they always have close battles, so the little things count, that's for sure. I do think it's been an outstanding performance from Caroline Drouin and also Emily Boulard.
So let's take a look at the numbers of this first half. It was overwhelmingly in France's favour in terms of territory and possession early on. Italy have clawed it back slightly, but still having to do a huge amount of work.
Well, the fact that France have managed to get a number of line breaks has been fantastic. They've had 5 visits to the 22, and meanwhile the Italian defence has managed to keep them to a 7-point advantage, which shows once again that their defence is pretty good. Yep, they've missed 8 tackles, but scrambling defence has come through. Kicks in play 13 from Italy, but not in the right positions, with Boulard cleaning up the ball, and there you have it there, the dominance of France, 66% possession, 72% territory going into the wind. The ball's been kicked to her, all her positioning's been great to receive a pass from Glissé, and of course one line break which ended up to that try. Kick meters 88 too, shows that she's got a great boot on her. And of course in the pack, well, Faal has been doing plenty of work. 9 carries, but also 9 tackles and big ones. 100% accuracy there. She is doing a heap of work for her team.
Despite all the French dominance in the first half, Mel, it's still just a one-score game, 10-3 at half-time. Do you think, despite conceding so much territory and possession, Italy will be reasonably pleased with at least the scoreline so far?
Absolutely will be, and they'll have to figure out their tactics, because they've got to predict France will use the big kick to push it down into their own halves. So are they going to counter-attack? Will they take the lesson from Boulard and counter-attack from those kicks?
Beautiful afternoon here in Whangarei. Quarterfinals are underway. What a weekend of Women's Rugby World Cup action it is. Halfway through France, Italy here. France with the 7 points advantage. Tonight here under lights, the Black Ferns will play their quarterfinal against Wales. Yeah, there's plenty of support in, and here come France. Back out onto the field here in Whangarei. In their blue shirts, Italy wearing white. 10-3, 40 minutes to go. And it's Italy who will be playing into the wind in this second half. It'll be interesting to see how that plays out down the stretch here.
Yeah, Italy have to keep saying to themselves, we're still in with this. Let's lift our energy levels. Don't give up. They just need one score. And it's even Stevens. Certainly they've been great at that turnover ball. The defence has been solid as well. They just need a bit more possession to get the opportunities.
Emily Boulard, star of the first half for France, set up the opening try. Converted by Caroline Drouin. Penalty as well for her, just the 3 points for Italy. Had an opportunity with the attacking line out, didn't throw it straight, but still anyone's game this quarter-final here in Whangarei.
Seconds.
40 minutes to go in the Rugby World Cup for one of these teams. Italy up against it, against France. The French women with the 10-3 advantage, looking to see themselves through to the last 4 at this tournament. The whistle of Holly Davidson to get this second half underway. Beatrice Rigoni kicking into the wind, but she's put too much on it. Not for the first time in this match. And it'll be a scrum for France, right back on the centre spot. That was not the start that Italy were looking for.
Oh, they are coach killers, those ones. You practice them time and time again. Got to get that right.
I almost forgive her in the first half when she made the similar mistake with the wind behind her. She's obviously overcompensated into it in this second, and Pauline Bourdon can feed this scrum for France. They've got attacking options everywhere.
Bind. Set. Use it.
Escudero has it at the back at number 8. Bourdon will play. Drouin kicks low.
No, it's outside.
End over end, finds good territory. She's had a good game, hasn't she, Caroline Drouin?
Yeah, fantastic, because she's calling most of the shots out there, and that was a lovely move We saw, although the halfback run it across, Philippon ran a dummy line to give Druon the space for this lovely kick in behind.
Bertoni, who's had her issues with line-out throwing in this game, almost stolen by Mayons. It's into the hands of Solskjaer, goes forward. Again, line-out issues for Italy continue.
This is all mental for Italy. Focus, concentration, accuracy, and of course, fantastic work from Mayans to get up and disrupt the ball as well.
Looks like they've done their homework. France contesting the line out at the front. That was Mayons who got a hand to it, did go forward, so Italy can feed the scrum here through Stefan.
Bind! Set!
Powerful scrum from France. Picked up by Giordano, the captain, under pressure here. Here's Ure Grise going in, trying to strip the ball away. The right winger loves getting involved. Already a try in this match. They go the choke tackle now to France, but Italy can find an exit through Madia.
Kick the ball out, Madia, but not a lot of distance, giving France a very good opportunity here from the line out. Been a bit of a consultation. Full back pack to figure out what tactic will we roll out here.
Well, they've had a lot of joy at line-out time. Led to a lot of tries for France. And here they are, deep inside Italian territory. Mayons, but it's been stripped brilliantly by Elisa Giordano, the Italian captain, stepping up for a team. Madia kicks high again into the breeze. Grise has it. She's got Boulard with her. Just overran at the French fullback. Bourdon loves the sneak down the short side. Here is the fullback, Emily Boulard. Madassou Fall, who's having a storming game. The big French second rower. Multiple carries, double-digit carries for her in this game. Chipped through by Vernier. Origoni getting back for Italy. She flicked that back into her own dead ball area. It'll be a 5-metre scrum to France.
Oh, look at this carry here. She is powerful. She's big. She's just awesome to watch. Oh, work rate. And then a wonderful decision just to kick that through. Vernier, not much else she could really do here under pressure. Oh, she's got plenty to her game. Vernier and the chasers, the numbers, the girls in blue.
Play the percentages, don't they? France, very professional outfit. Despite being that close to the line, Vernier just seeing the space in behind with the little grubber kick already. That time in opposition, 22 mounting for France.
Set!
French scrum has been excellent. Power on forward, there's the advantage. Bourdon can play, Grise still going, look at the leg drive. Vernier's helping her out. Knees are on the floor, tackler has to let go. Here's Drouin. Philippon, numbers on the near side if they can shift it. Drouin, there's the offload. Boulard reaches out, Emily Boulard. Held up is the call. It'll be a line dropout, but we'll go back for the penalty.
There was so much in that attack from France. Honestly, it was magical.
Not driving straight and 6 on binding.
Coming around.
How about the hands from Boulard just to reel that in, give herself a chance.
She probably didn't know exactly where she was. She was over the line. Let's have another look here. That was Philippon, had that beautiful ball to Drouin. That little underpass. She was just on the line, but look at the defence. Oh, Giordano came across right here and had the sense just to hold it up with her power and her arm strength. Wowee.
Holly Davison, referee, perfectly positioned there. She got close, but no one had a better view than the referee.
Really tense period coming up for the Italians. Of course, they are down to 14 players on the field. Maria Magatti is still on the pine, waiting to come back on, about 4 minutes away.
Yeah, good reminder from Nat Ioannidis on the sideline. It is another power play for the French, and they've got plenty of power up front. Escudero picks it up from the base. Off she goes, the big number 8, Escudero! Charlotte Escudero, all muscle for France. That's their second. This 21-year-old who's shot to prominence here at this Rugby World Cup.
She's lost possession of the ball before grounding it forward, and the ball was knocked on.
Okay.
It's coming up in a second, your best angle.
Thank you.
Here it comes.
Lost possession, there it is, separation.
So there's clear separation between player and ball, and the ball has gone forward before being grounded.
Agreed, but it's a knock-on in and go, so it'll be a goal line dropout.
Correct.
Escudero just a little bit too keen there. Such great work from the powerful number 8 off that fantastic scrum, and just tiny little mistake
Let's
at
just
the
let them get
end.
back on the field, okay?
I don't think we can credit the Italian defence for this one. Let's have a look. Pushes one off, great low body position, beats another, and just there, popped out of her chest.
Okay,
And, oh, she sees the replay.
Goal line dropout. Yeah. Knock
Oh,
on.
what a moment that would have been. It's a lifeline for Italy.
Goal line dropout.
And it will be a line dropout. It'll be Beatrice Rigoni who's going to have to into this strong, strong breeze here. Gets pretty good distance on it, but here's Grisak. More defence required from Italy. Mayence. Good tackle from Lucia Guy. Drouin again. Little step off the left and the right. Bourdon switches play. Escudero. Foul, can't hold on. And all this for Italy with 14 players.
Well, the great thing that France is doing is that they're varying up who takes the ball in. It's not always the same hitting it up. Of course, that pass just a little bit high for Foul to reel in. She's disappointed. But France showing so much still. And meanwhile, I guess the story of this 8 minutes has been the pluckiness, the never give up attitude from Italy, who have got that remaining winger Magatti still to come back on in just over a minute and a bit.
And the longer this goes on, you just wonder whether France just might start overthinking a little bit. Big scrum from the French forwards, though, once again. There's been a few of those in this game already. This big blue front 8 is causing problems at scrum time.
Not sure what's happening in the front row, but it's definitely the timing and the full 8 putting the pressure on. Let's have a look. And of course the dominance too there of D8 on the loose head side. And every time this happens, it gives that French forward pack another lift in their mental attitude, positivity.
Drouin just the one miss today so far, 2 from 3 off the tee. Big breeze behind her now. Caroline Drouin straight down the middle. 13-3 France.
Well, it's not the free-flowing rugby game we would all expect from these women's matches, where the ball in action has been higher on average than your international bronze test match, but still, this is what happens at final time. They're tight, they're torrid, and they're close.
Bugatti went to the Sembin with a score at 7-3, so it's cost Italy 6 points all up, and a change for Italy. Beatrice Veronese is out there in the number 20 shirt. Locatelli is the player she replaces. Bourdon, big distance with the wind behind her on that kick. Ostuni Minuzzi. 5 line breaks for her at the Rugby World Cup so far. Second out of all players ahead of the last 8 knockouts with Agoni. Beautiful pass with the ball to Turani. Here's Agoni again. Good tackle on Lucia Guy. Maria. That's bounced straight out of the hands of Giordani Duca, and a chance for France here to counter-attack. Flung over the top from Bourdon. Smile on her face. Emily Boulard had a bit of space in front of her.
That first error by Duca just coming because Italy just trying to push the pass when that French defence is right up in their face.
That's smart.
Emily Boulard from Paris, the first player from the Chili Mazarin club to represent France. She now plays for Blagnac down in the southwest in Toulouse. Gaël Hermé, the France captain. Looking to add some more power to this formidable French scrum. Here they go again. They're just going to milk another advantage, and Bourdon now can play. Little drift on the outside, lovely from the scrum half. Ménager now cutting in off her left wing. Drouin again. Socha. Vernier. Boulard. Little grubber through. Could be a bit heavy, this one. Yeah, it'll beat everybody over the end line. And there'll be some changes here for France. What do you got down there, Nat?
Yeah, the scrum was going so well, they decided to change both of their props of the French. Coco Lindelof and Asia Kalfaoui are coming onto the field.
Okay, number 1 and 3.
Yeah, this is interesting. Sometimes that upsets the rhythm in a scrum. So let's see how Lindelof and Kalfaoui come straight into the game.
Well, Coco Lindelof, in the 17 shirt. She played all 5 games in the Six Nations early this year. Still just 21 years of age, but big, big future for her. It looks like Silvia Turani's changing a contact lens or two.
Yeah, it's been contrasting for the Italian front row. They've done a lot of minutes at this Rugby World Cup so far. Normally, front rowers get subbed off halfway through the second half, but we've seen players like Silvia Turani stay out there for around 79 minutes. There she is there. She's had plenty of carries already too.
The 22, or the scrum will be just pretty much on the side. Okay.
There's confirmation of those subs for you. Asia Kalfaoui from Stade Bordelais. Also a 21-year-old, so a young, tight and loose head out there for France. And it's a big mantle to pick up, as you say, with Diaye and Joyeux having done so well at scrum time for France. That's a strange old kick into the hands of Gabriel Vernier. Mazy run from the inside centre. Here's Grise. Grise burst through one tackle. Joanna Grise up with a head of steam is Escudero. Bourdon, Ferrer. France playing with real tempo now. Mayence thinks about the inside ball, holds on. Philippon. Change of direction, Drouin. Little sidestep. Really good ball runner attacking the line, Caro Drouin. Socha, did she overrun that? Pass. Looks a little fine, maybe forward. We play on. Ferrer picks and goes for France. Kalfaoui's there, as is Lindelof. Good defence, though, from Italy. 13-3, can ill afford to concede more points here in the quarter-final. Ferrer. Lindelöf picks and goes. She's got Fahl with her. Now it's the turn of Assia Khelfaoui. Ball's out. Bourdon doesn't know where it is. Italy do. And that's a turnover. Front scrum half just taking her eyes off. Dangerous pass from Rigoni to Ménager on the tackle. Big hit coming in as well from Céline Ferrer. But it was high from the big French second rower. Penalty Italy.
Well, if you're an Italian fan, you're probably biting your nails right to the quick, because that was unbelievable. Fantastic defence by Italy, but then passing the ball right on the try line. Whew.
Well, Rigoni, she probably thinks, what's the point of kicking again from our own try line? We're only going to have to do more defending. We might as well try and get from here. But yeah, we spoke about their turnover ability ahead of this game. Look at that. 30 turnovers won for Italy. I mean, take a bow. The French coaching staff, the work they've been doing at the breakdown, the Italian coaching staff rather, with their players. That's a really positive stat for them.
Yeah, a lot of those come from their midfielders, Rigoni, Solari as well. Their technique and the tackle, they get on their feet, or a second arriving player comes in and attacks that ball. There you have it, 9 visits to the 22, and France 13 points.
Yeah, 1 try, 9 visits. I mean, that's not a big return from a French team that have the attacking weapons that they have, but perhaps give credit to Italy as well to being able to hold on. Look at that, 4 times the carry meters for France. All the stats in their favour. Huge amount of work on defence from Italy, but just a 10-point ball game.
Well, the key one was 445 metres. 416 metres, I should say, for France. That is big. They have made a lot of inroads into the Italian territory. They've been exciting to watch as well. I wouldn't panic at this point if I was France. I think they've had a very good performance so far in this match.
That's one in the middle for Italy. Breeze might have just settled down a little bit here, making line-out throwing just a little easier. Perhaps getting a little gusty. This is a good line-out drive outside their 22 from Italy. They're going to have to play though now. They can't kick it out on the full, or they will give away the line-out, and bursting away is Veronese. Good impact off the bench from her. Stefan to Turani. It's a good game, the loose prop in the loose for Italy. Rigoni kicks. Boulard can't hold on to it. She had all the time in the world, did Emily Boulard. These things happen.
Looks like someone gave her a bit of lip too. She had the response. She was looking to see who was in front of her. Oh, look, there you go. Oh, that was me. I'll take that one.
Wasn't the greatest kick chase in the world either, was it? Boulard just spilled the beans. She's had a great game though, hasn't she? Her first personal error, unforced.
The French have made another change to their forwards. Safi Ndiaye has come on for Madison Fahl in the second row.
Bind!
Yeah, most important, most capped French player of all time. Wins her 88th Test match, the Safi Ndiaye, but Italy go quickly with the free kick, and coming into the line is Maria Magatti. Giordano over this time to Auro Muzzo. Gets up, goes again, the winger. Just behind Rigoni. Solari now. French come through, trying to clear out the ruck, and they might well have done so. Really good stuff on the floor from France. Just blitzed that ruck, drove straight over it. Bourdon kicks deep to Rigoni, who's back in the fullback position. The inside centre, Grise's all over her like a cheap suit. Stefan wants it. She's pleading with the referee for a decision. Doesn't get it. Here's Tadani.
Onside.
In the pocket
Taken back.
is Maria. She kicks high, but it hasn't made many meters, and back under pressure, Italy.
Well, it was a nice hole they found out that left-hand edge there for Magatti, but Italy, there's actually an opportunity really close through the middle of the ruck. If their captain can identify that, change their game plan and start the pick and goes through the middle, France are actually fanning out their defence very wide at this point.
So sharp to her captain, Hermé. This line-out's been lethal for France at this Rugby World Cup. The drive off the back of it. Sochard, look at her there. In the driving seat, gets the pat on the back from Bourdon. Now they play to Vernier. Great line from the inside centre. And here come the big forwards again with the carry.
Hold, thank you.
Safi Ndiaye. Ndiaye, wouldn't she love to score? Bourdon, Philopon. Bourdon again just shovels it back.
Tackle, wait, release.
Italy under huge pressure again here from France. Here's Lindelof, Coco Lindelof. Just a metre out now, the French. They got people putting their hands up to carry. Sochard can't hold on. Gone backwards, says the referee. We play on. Vernier's in there at scrum half. They pick and drive through Kalfaoui. Big 21-year-old front rower almost there. One more pass from Drouin might do it now. There it is. It's Emilie Boulard to finish off for France. All that pressure, all that power from the French finally takes its toll.
Well, nearly every French player involved in that, particularly in the forwards, because you can give a lot of credit to them in this one. They sucked in the defence. It meant there was an overlap here. Drouin, in the end, identified, attacked the line, made a great decision to offload, sucked in two defenders and gave it to the attacking weapon, who is Boulard. Question, though, did Bordeaux, about 8 phases back, knock the ball on in the ruck? That is a question I would ask.
Just had a double whistle.
Is that gone forward, Ben?
And the television set
Yeah, so
sign
the
from the
first one
referee.
it's ripped, and then when 9 goes to regather it, she knocks it forward before the ball comes backwards.
So are you telling me it's ripped forward first by white and then played knocked on by blue?
That is correct, yes.
Okay, so no try, but it will be a blue scrum.
Well, knock on is the call. The TMO, Ben Whitehouse, is in the ear of Holly Davidson.
It's ripped forward by white. Blue scrum.
Here we go, let's have a look here. Right there it is. Bordeaux just knocking it on.
But she's called a scrum to France, said it was ripped from Italy, but it's that one there, the second one, which perhaps where the knock-on came.
So ruled knock-on by
ripped forward by white.
Italy
and then
first.
knocked on by blue.
So ripped forward from Italy, that's the first infringement. There was a knock-on from Bourdon, thus no try. It'll be a France feed.
Yeah.
Well, the point is that France don't get to bank that absolutely fantastic try. So they're going to have to start again.
So we're back to 13-3 here, 20 minutes to go. France still searching their second try. The try we thought Emilie Boulard had has been chalked off.
Bind! Set!
Almost 9 minutes in the Italian 22 for France, and here comes the drive from the scrum, and it's a penalty try for France. That's an automatic 7 points, and it's a yellow card to Silvia Turani for Italy to add insult to injury.
They've been under the pump all day. The Italian scrum, she can't believe she's going off, but look at this timing and power, the squeeze together, the control at the back there by Escudero. You can see the Italian forwards going down.
20-3, France lead Italy. Inside the final quarter here, Drouin again just bangs it downtown in the direction of Ostuni Minuzzi. Italian fullback hit hard by Philopont, whose defence has been brilliant. She had 15 tackles and 2 breakdown steals against England here in the second round. Off pool play, offload from Mardia. You get the feeling Italy might just start opening the playbook a bit now. Down by 17, they've got to find something. Slow to get up is Melissa Bertoni, the Italian hooker, still on the floor. Trainers on the field, ball's loose. Souillet, replacement hooker, has it for France. No, Italy come away. Having to play so narrow here, Italy, as they've got players off their feet. Trainers in the way. Veronese just said, I'll stick it up the jumper and just run straight into contact. Now Mardia will kick. Good field position again from Drouin. Scans the space and decides to kick it into space, end over end. Oh, what a kick. Caroline Drouin.
Well, you can't take France on in a game that they absolutely excel at, and that is the kicking game, the territory game. Beautifully placed ball there by Drouin. And meanwhile, the initial kick from Italy straight to that incredible number of French players waiting for the kick receipt.
30 caps for Drouin. She's already won 6 Six Nations, 4 Grand Slams, 7-star as well. She's won a silver medal at the Olympic Games in Tokyo last year with the 7-a-side French team. Such a talent.
Well, to win a World Cup, there are a number of things you need in place around your team, and one of them is test match experience and World Cup experience. They've got that and more to this French team. And it's really showing in the calmness and the accuracy they've outlaid in this match here against Italy.
Laura Touillet from Montpellier throws this line out to Ferrer. Here they come again, France. Touillet has it at the back. All she needs to do is flop over the line. That is set piece perfection from Lebler.
Well, they're putting the foot on the throat. There's no doubt about it. France, a beautiful ball at the back, the perfect formation from a rolling ball, and control there at the back by Touillet. Absolutely no defence from that Italian 8. And all too easy in the end just to get that ball down for the hooker.
Turani and the Simbin. They're having to play such a lot of this game down a player. To lose one of your power players up front for 10 minutes. France, all professional, take advantage. Drouin, yeah, slides that one inside the left-hand upright. And France are looking good now here in the quarterfinal. The top 4 are in their sights.
Fatigue is really starting to set in for the Italians. They're making their first change actually. Sara Baratin is coming on for Sofia Stefan, and we're just seeing Melissa Bertoni in the back play, just getting some treatment for some cramp as well.
Well, Sara Baratin, replacement scrum half, wins our 111th cap. Extraordinary. Most capped Italian women's rugby player of all time.
Not 10. Not 10 before she's caught
There is another miss kick. Kick-off time.
Okay.
This just kills a team, particularly their mental approach if they just can't nail these things here.
Okay, 20.
Caroline Drouin has left the field as well. The French fly half being replaced by Lina Kewa, 21-year-old, playing a 6th test match. There she is, just behind the scrum, having a conversation with a fullback, Emily Boulard.
Okay, girls.
Laure Sansus on the left of shot there. There she is in the crowd. She serious knee injury against England. 2 minutes into that game. Could have been such a star of this Rugby World Cup. Her family came out. They're all here sitting with her to watch her play. Obviously haven't been able to do that. But good to see a smile on her face. She'll be heading back to France for surgery on that knee.
Set, hold.
Switch of play from Kewa. Boulard kicks deep, the fullback. Just rolling towards the try line. Mastuni Minuzzi's going to run it back for Italy. Sees a half gap. A couple of French players just getting in each other's ways. One of them was Vernier. Three tries for France now. 27-3. Baratine with an improvised kick over the top, been well read by Marine Ménager. Bourdon runs at the line.
Nice, well, out you come. Out you go, thank you.
Would have gone, he's just got herself on the wrong side of the ruck. She's dispatched. And here come France again, looking for their 4th. Kewa to Mayence. Bourdon. Kewa. Vernier. Grisey. Joanna Grisey has her 2nd. France's 4th. And they can look forward to semi-final rugby at the World Cup.
An absolute masterclass play here. This time France bury it up. A beautiful pass from Vernier to the strike weapon. Out on the right there, Grisey. They have been absolutely outstanding. From taking it up through the forwards to then deciding to throw it out wide at just the right time for the right wing to collect.
Another real find for them. You talk about Boulard, Grisey. Just a 3rd test match in the 15-a-side team. Scored an absolute worldie down in Cape Town to wrap up the bronze medal for the France Sevens team at the World Cup a few weeks ago. Only started playing the game aged 18. And here's Lina Kewa to take over the kicking duties. Doesn't quite get there. 32-3, France leading Italy.
Really special moment coming here for the Italians. Obviously, it hasn't been their day in Whangarei, but Manuela Bellon, their spiritual captain this tournament, is preparing to come onto the field just weeks after it looked like her career might be over with a knee injury.
Yeah, it's an extraordinary story. ACL, MCL injuries just 2 months ago. It's incredible she even got on the plane, let alone got out here. But looking forward to seeing her take the field shortly. There's a nice offload from Emmeline Gros in the 20 shirt who's come on the field for France. Boulard back into the line.
Tackle!
Escudero, who's just carried the ball for fun all afternoon here in Whangarei. Lovely feet from Keira to Ndiaye. Oh, there's another offload to Mayence. Beautiful stuff. Jouet from France. Here they come again. Grisey on for a hat-trick. And she has it. Total rugby from France.
Well, this is just party time for France now. They are having a great time, passing this ball, keeping it alive, support players. Oh, look at that back pass from the lot. You can see straightening up, drawing players, and then that absolute pace. Grise out wide. What a day it's been for the young winger.
A World Cup triple for Joanna Grise. I'm not sure you wake up on the morning of a Rugby World Cup quarter-final and quite imagine that, but her finishing ability is first class. What a team try, though.
Just shows you the class of this team too. It took a while. It's just opened up in the last 15 minutes or so. So much patience from France.
Yeah, professional, right? Didn't force it. Had to work really hard to give themselves the right to play like that. But they can play. Keira. Beautiful conversion from the replacement fly half. Grise with the hat-trick. 39-3.
Look, it's really fantastic. The skills are showing, the back balls, all of them in numbers, on hand to receive the pass, but that's one here, collecting and getting the honours.
Safi Ndiaye, brilliant touch from her in the lead up to that score. She's still got game, age 34 in her 88th Test match. And here is Manuela Forlan in number 23, out onto the field for Ostuni Menozzi. Nice work. Ball's gone forward though. Keira has it. Vernier picks up the loose ball.
You're okay.
Remember France,
Use it.
perennial bridesmaids at Rugby World Cups. They finished third in 6 of the previous 8 Rugby World Cups. They
Under no pressure.
would dearly love to get to a final. And who knows
Okay, number 3.
who they'll play. It's New Zealand, Wales coming up next here in Whangarei tonight. The Black Ferns should get through Mel Robinson.
It's number 2.
They're going to be coming up against a very good team in the semi-finals.
Yeah, it's going to be an intriguing matchup between the Black Ferns and Wales. Very different teams. Wales with that incredible scrum, fantastic pack, and of course we know the Black Ferns love to attack. And there she is there. Forlan is on the field and ready to go.
Okay, sorry. Wait.
Yeah, so Baratine's out there as well. All the veterans are on the field for Italy. Manuela Forlan battling back from the injury. Her 89th Test match, the 34-year-old Baratine, age 36, wins her 111th. She, all by herself, has played more Test matches than the Black Ferns have played in their history. Just goes to show how much Test rugby these Northern Hemisphere sides play, especially in Europe. Maria. Salari, there is Forlan. Put on the floor by opposite number Chloe Jacquet. She'll want to impress, having started on the wing earlier in the tournament. So much competition for back 3 places in this French team. Baratine to Maria. Salari. Italy will keep playing right to the end, no doubt about that. Rigoni, lovely ball player, but it just hasn't had the opportunity today. Such as the morsels in terms of possession that this Italian team have had to work with. And look at big Safi Ndiaye, just bullying the Italian ball carrier there, ripping it off her. But I think in kind, Italy have smuggled it back. Well done on the floor from the Azzurre. Turani still out there, the loose head prop. She did have 10 minutes in the sin bin, though, to recharge. Michaela Merlo. Turnover ball, though, again for France. Nice offload to Mayons from Chambon, the replacement scrum half. Here she is again. That's a bit low down for Touillet to take. This comes off the knee. But France having some fun out there now.
That little attack down that short corridor as we look at that power right there from the veteran. Defence has been absolutely fantastic. That channel on the left-hand side where they managed to find a couple of metres down there. It was great. They just looked up, saw there was only a couple of Italians, decided to attack. Lovely work.
Extraordinary career, this one. Sara Balotelli made a debut against Germany in 2005. You were playing then, weren't you, Mel?
I'm a little bit older than that. 98, 2002 were my World Cups.
And successful they were too.
Let's go.
Player of the match today, Emilie Boulard. Well deserved. She ignited from the start. Her positioning's been great, her kicking. She's given some fantastic passes to Glissé as well, who scored the hat-trick. She has had an amazing match, the fullback for France.
Inside the final 5 minutes of this quarter-final, being knocked on by Maria Magatti, led the team out on the occasion of a 50th Test cap. Just hasn't gone away. Had the yellow card in the first half, but Thomas Derac and his coaching associates from France, David Ortiz. There's Caroline Drouin. I mean, any number of these French players could have won player of the match today. She's had an excellent game. As you say, when you've got a ship steerer like her in the 10 shirts, you give yourself a chance at a Rugby World Cup.
Set.
Chambon, Keira, Jacquet. All the French reserves getting an opportunity now out there. Here's Vernier. Just pound for pound, one of the best fighters in women's rugby, Gabrielle Vernier. She's just puts herself about big time. Really good hands there from Keira. Difficult pass.
Off feet, leave it.
Safi Ndiaye comes and lends her weight to the breakdown, makes sure France win it. Here is Vernier. Out the back to Jacquet. Oh, Jacquet, lovely looping run into the 22. Joanna Glissé with her. She's already got 3 tries. The French right winger. Mayence. Keira. Escudero, another French player who's been outstanding in this quarter-final. Just losing the handle there is Marine Ménager. Might be seeing her sister Romane coming back. The final fortnight of the tournament. Romain Ménager went off with concussion early in the game against England. There she is, twin sister of Marine. Hello.
It's always funny when you're sitting in the crowd. It doesn't matter if you're on the telly for 80 minutes playing rugby, but if you're sitting in the crowd and you get on the big screen, you go, yes.
Can she make the team is the other thing. I mean, she was first choice out and out ahead of this tournament. Romain Ménager, but Escudero has just been brilliant in the 8 shirt. So be interesting to see what Thomas Derac does come next weekend. It's good to have these kind of difficult decisions, I suppose.
Well, it is, but again, I go back to big test match experience, and I think that's why Ménager will end up getting the nod, particularly in the semi-final. And then you've got the option of Escudero off the bench as well. I mean, that's just great to have up your sleeve.
Yeah, we don't know if Romain Ménager will have fulfilled her concussion protocols by the semi-final. Eden Park next Saturday.
Play on.
It's going to be a good day, isn't it? Top
Let it
4.
go, girls, let it go.
Back to back. What a weekend. What a weekend it's been already. Just 1 of 3 of 4 quarterfinals. Almost complete here. New Zealand, Wales coming up. Grissé's looking for another try for France.
On by your replacement 15.
Getting back is Elisa Dinka for Italy.
Another great point about Joanna Glissé is her work rate. She's always on, always hustling. It's not just about her attack, it's also about her defence and putting the pressure on.
What's interesting about this French team, they showed it against England, that having to make an enormous amount of tackles without the ball, over 200 in that game. And that's the other side of the story, isn't it?
Crouch!
Tears are already flowing on the bench for Italy. They've had an excellent tournament. Got to the quarter-final, but they've just been slightly outclassed here by France in the knockouts.
Second time, too much weight.
Well, they made a quarter-final first time, so it's still an achievement. They haven't played how they wanted to play, that's the key, but France in absolute fine form for this one.
Yeah, Dragoni, who was so brilliant in that try bonus point win against the USA here in Whangarei the opening weekend, hasn't had much opportunity. But we will have one final act in this quarter-final. A line out. Won by Italy. Here's Baratti, legend of Italian rugby. Scoops the ball up. They're going to keep going here, the Azzurri. Merlo. And Maria said, that'll do us. France are in the semi-finals of the Rugby World Cup. They worked hard in the first half, but they showed their best stuff down the stretch. And this is something of a statement performance from France Feminine. They are a team to be reckoned with here in New Zealand. 5 tries in all, just the one in the first half, but they have an all-court game, and whoever comes up against them in the semi-finals will need to be at their best. France have beaten Italy in the quarter-finals by 39 points to 3.
Took a long time to come. It was a classic test match for around about 50 minutes for sure, but everything France did in the end, every single player added to this fantastic result, from the scrum and their dominance, from the performance of their young number 8, Escudero. Fantastic game management from Drouin, no doubt about that. So much variety in her game. And their perfect performance, the combination at second 5'8" and centre, and of course the strikeout wide. You say getting the tries, but Boulard, all kinds of problems she posed for the opposition.
And a word on Italy, the end of the road for them. A lot of people were talking about them being able to pull off a shock. How much did losing the likes of Tunisi and Gianfranco ahead of this game hurt them in this quarterfinal?
Absolutely. They didn't fire from the start. Too many errors. They did some excellent things like turnover ball. Their defence was still good, but when you're missing big game players, it does impact on your team, that's for sure.
Okay, let's go downstairs for some reaction. And Michaela Serrari is ready to speak to Natalie.
Michaela, bad luck today, but how proud are you of what the team has achieved at this World Cup, getting through to a quarter-final?
We are happy to be here and to get to the quarter-final, but we need to start from this and to improve during the next years, and maybe in the next World Cup we can get to the semi-final, I hope.
How inspiring has it been to see Manuela come back from injury and play today?
We are really happy for her, as she has worked a lot during this month, and so we are just happy for her to finish her career in this way.
Bad luck today, but we hope to see so much more from this team in the years to come.
Thank you.
Yeah, bittersweet for Michaela Serrari in Italy. History makers, their first ever Cup quarter-final, but falling to France here. And we can now hear very, very shortly, we are going to be getting some reaction from the French. Look, all smiles, and they just deserved it. They played really well, a really professional performance, well and truly tested. They had to wait till the second half to really rack up the points. But they certainly did that, and we can now hear from their dynamic inside centre, Gabrielle Vernier.
Gabrielle, congratulations through to a World Cup semi-final. What pleased you most about that performance today?
We are so happy for this game to play a semi-final in the Eden Park next week. I'm so proud of the girls. It's been a tough few weeks, and today we proved that we are one of the best team, and we hope to do our best next week.
What does it mean to be into a semi-final?
It's amazing. A lot of us didn't play a World Cup, so it's new for us, for most of the girls. So it's amazing. It's a dream come true, and I hope for the best for the team.
Congratulations. Go enjoy the win.
Thank you so much. And thank you to all the French supporters. You are amazing.
Well, they certainly were. Très bon to all the French fans that have turned up here and supported their team. In terms of the tail of the tape, Mel, it was pretty much all blue.
Yeah, it was, and in every aspect they dominated, and really, you know, they had accurate kicking. Sometimes statistics don't show that. Their tackling was excellent. Very few missed tackles, and offload game, look at that. That's what made them dangerous. They kept the ball alive. Fantastic to see.
Okay, let's hear from the Italian coach, Andrea Di Giandomenico.
Andrea, not the result you were after today. You knew that France were going to be very physical. Was that the difference in the end?
Yeah, of course, congratulations to France. Very tough game, we know. We try to stay in the game until the power we have. I am really proud from my team. The girls are fantastic. France is a great squad, so good luck for the rest of the tournament.
A quarter-final appearance for Italy. What does that mean, not just for this team, but also for the next generation?
Yeah, now is quarter-final. From tomorrow we work to do again, to go forward. Always the journey never-ending.
Well, bad luck today, but congratulations on a great tournament.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
He became head coach of this Italian team in 2009. He's taken them to the last 8 at a Rugby World Cup. And France making a bit of history as well. 6 times bronze medalists out of the last 8 Rugby World Cups. Laure Sansus, bittersweet for her as well. Serious knee injury against England a couple of weeks ago. Won't be able to feature for France. And the player of the match, Emilie Boulard. Good stats right across the board, set up an absolute scorcher to get their try scoring started.
One heck of an athlete, no doubt about that. It's the way she attacks, she looks up, she assesses the defence, she makes decisions in the middle of running. Her pass is great, her kick is fantastic. What a weapon for France, no doubt about that, Emilie Boulard.
Congratulations to our MasterCard player of the match, Emilie Boulard.
Well, let's take a look back at the highlights from the match. And it all started from the player of the match, Emilie Boulard, to set up Joanna Grisey for her first score.
Well, there was in under 2 minutes, a missed kick from the Italians, great positioning from the fullback, and of course support play from that fantastic athlete too, Grisey.
Yeah, kept to just the 1 try in the opening 40 minutes. France, they went to the break. 10 points to 3, just 7 points the difference, but Grisey, her day would just get better and better. The second try for France was a penalty try, all about power.
Yeah, they've been in the 22 here for quite some time. They've been dominating at scrum throughout this entire match and absolutely nailed it there with that penalty try.
And how about the set-piece line-out drive? Been so good for them at the World Cup. Benefits once again.
Yep, they don't always score from rolling balls, but this time they made the decision to go at the back, and that meant that Italy didn't have the defenders there ready to drive back, and the hooker pops over for one.
And then it was all about Joanna Grise. Good quick hands for her second score to go over in the corner. Vernier at the heart of it.
Vernier, beautiful distribution. See the accuracy of that pass, which allows Grise to run onto it at full pace, ready to strike.
But they saved their best for last.
Absolutely, all of the team involved here. Those offloads, the way that they kept the ball alive, putting the ball through the hands. We've got open sides involved, forwards involved, and of course Grise collecting at the end like every good winger should.
A World Cup hat-trick for Joanna Grise in just her third test match for the France 15-a-side team. What a day out for the young right winger. So the road to the final looks like this. France are through to the last four. They will play either New Zealand or Wales, who play tonight here in Whangarei. Tomorrow, England, Australia in the quarterfinal. They will play either Canada or USA on the other side of the draw. The Rugby World Cup equation taking shape. Well, it's been a good day out. The tricolours have been flying for both France and Italy. And coming up tonight here in Whangarei, the Black Ferns will take on Wales. Thanks for your company, wherever you've been watching on from all around the world. It's been great to bring it to you. Just one quarter of our quarterfinal weekend has been completed. France are through to the semi-finals, but there's plenty more to come.